Hello everybody, my name is AZAN Troy Lee. It's Azzy if you know me, and it's Z if you're Auntie Colleen, but thank you for watching. This is a journey of self-discovery as I exercise my greatness. The goal is to be the best version of me that God has created me to be. My mindset or affirmation that I plan to keep in the forefront of my mind moving forward this month, or as long as this journey takes, is that I have what it takes to be the best version of me. I have what it takes. I reflect on the story in the Bible. I'm a Christian, so I'm often going to reflect on scripture or Christian principles because they're just a part of who I am and the way I think. So there's a story in the scripture in Genesis, the beginning, the first book of the Bible, where man was kind of just created, maybe a couple thousand years. And they all spoke one language. And they came together one day and they said, you know what? Let's build bricks and let's put bricks together and build a tower, and let's let this tower make it to heaven. And that's what they made up in their mind. And God looked down one day and said, let me check out what creation is doing. And he found out that, this was their ambition. And God said, let's go down and interrupt them, because if they come together, man can do anything that they put their mind to, right? There's nothing that will stop man from accomplishing their goal if they set their mind to it, if they come together to accomplish it. So I think that that moment when I read it, it was kind of mind-blowing to me that it literally had to take God, right? It literally had to take God to stop man from accomplishing their goal. Like he himself, all-powerful, all-knowing creator of all life, said, I have to stop them, because if I don't, they're gonna make it. So it's kind of along the mindset that I have what it takes to be the best version of me, to accomplish my goals, to see success. And the only one that can stop me is God. He didn't say, let me send Joe from down the street, or let me send Stacy over there to start talking junk and discourage them. He said, I have to do it myself. I have to stop them. And I coupled that scripture with the moment where David was about to fight Goliath. David is this short, they say he's handsome, the short, handsome shepherd boy. He's not a soldier. And he shows up to this battlefield because his brothers were there and he was bringing them like cheese sandwiches or something. He shows up to the battlefield and there's this giant that is intimidating a whole army. Like he's talking junk to a whole army, and they're nervous. Nobody wants to step up to fight him. They're not even trying to jump him at this point. It's kind of sad. And David shows up and he's like, yo, I want to fight him. Like, I think that I can beat him because God has been on my side before when I was fighting other things. I was fighting lions and beating them. I was fighting tigers and beating them. I'm pretty confident that if I fight him, God will give me the victory. So the mindset that man within themselves, right, in Genesis, when they were building the tower, when they made up in their mind to make it to heaven, man within themselves had the ability to accomplish their goals. And then later on in scripture, one man decided, let me add God into my goal seeking, right? Let me partner with God to seek after my goals or to find victory. So within ourselves, we can accomplish it, but what if we partner with the only person that can stop us? Like, why can't we win? Like, if I make up in my mind that this is my goal, this is my aspiration, this is my journey. Hey, God, can you partner with me? Can you join me on this journey? I can't lose. That's really the mindset that I'm going on for this month. And this is what I'm going to keep in the forefront of my mind, that I can't lose because I have what it takes already. And the only person that can stop me is on my side. So I win. Haha. And you know what? I'm gonna also add in another concept in there. I like to tie in things from my childhood because, what impacted me when I was a kid helps create me and shape me while I'm an adult. There's a story of Cinderella. She is pretty much a maid at this point in the early part of her life. She has been comfortable and settled, not really comfortable, but she's become content and settled with the idea that this is the extent of her reality, that she's going to be looked down on, mistreated, talked about, casted aside. She's just going to live a basic life at this point. She's kind of comfortable with it. And then one day she has this magical moment where her fairy godmother comes along and allows her to have access to a whole new world. This is not Aladdin, we're talking about Cinderella. But she goes out to this ball. She's in her dress, she's in her glass slippers, and she enjoys her night completely. This is a reality that she never thought she could obtain, never thought she could walk into, never thought that she would ever step into. But here she is at the ball. And nonetheless, she has the main guy of the ball, the prince, is dancing with her. And he notices her. At the end of the night, her night is over and she has to go back to her old reality. And, the next day she kind of gets comfortable again and says, it was nice to think that I could live some magical life that is bigger than my current reality, but I can't. So I'm going to be comfortable with settling. And I think a lot of us, we have glimpses of success, or we have moments where we taste or interact with life outside of the limitations that we set up on ourselves, or life outside of the limitations that we allow other people or fear to put on us. And when we have those experiences, it's, for lack of a better phrasing, magical. It's supernatural. It's great. It's grand. It's inspiring. But because it seems so much bigger than us, we quickly just say, okay, well, that's not for me. I'm just gonna go back to living my average life or my basic way of living. But the thing about it is, when you have those moments, it kind of haunts you for a while. It kind of hunts you down. It's like, well, what if my life was like this, and what if... They hunted Cinderella down. They hunted her down, and they tried that glass slipper on almost everybody in the kingdom, anybody that wanted the position, anybody that thought they could have the position, and the glass slipper fit nobody. And finally, it caught up with her, and the shoe fit. And I think that's also the mindset that I'm kind of moving on, is that when the shoe fits, wear it, right? When you have the opportunity to be grand, to be great, to be the best you that you could be, to stand in your beauty, to stand in your confidence, to stand in your boldness, right? When you have the opportunity to live a maximum effort kind of life, to see success and see victory, why not wear it? So I guess my mindset moving forward is, if I partner with God, I can't lose. And if the shoe fits, or when the shoe fits, I'm gonna wear it. And I'm not gonna be mad about it. And I'm not gonna allow other people to make me feel sad or unworthy, because that's what people did to her afterwards. They were like, nah, like, that can't be you. You're just some maid. You're just some little nobody. But nah, life is bigger than what we allow it to be sometimes. And if we step outside the box, we'll see some new things. And as I said in the initial video, sometimes it just takes starting. When you start, you open up the door for possibilities and potential to make their way in. And you're never quite sure how grand and majestic that journey is going to be. But when God gives you the victory, you can't lose. Don't give it back. Honor God's victory by just claiming it, and living in it, standing in the victory because God has given it to you. And it's a gift. Open it and smile.